What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another unboxing video on the How Do You Figure channel. As always, I am your host, Blake Schultz, and today we are looking at the NECA Gargoyles Ultimate Action Figure for Goliath. This ended up being a bit of an impulse buy for me. At first, I was thinking I don't really need another line. I don't need to do more. I could save some money maybe. And then, well, they had the open orders on NECA.com, and I just had to do it. And let me tell you, it was worth it. This thing is incredible. When you look at just the size of the box here, which you can get kind of a sense of how big it is when I just put even like a regular Marvel Legends box right next to it, it's hulking, it's enormous. Not only that, I feel like there's just not that much gargoyle stuff out there. Even in the 90s, when it was at its peak, I feel like I could never find anything gargoyles when I was a kid, and having something like this now is incredible. And I think we got to keep this property alive because we need more of it. It's great. It's all on Disney Plus now. It's so good. A very important 90s animated cartoon that got us where we are today in a lot of pop culture areas. So let's get down to it. We start here with the box itself, as we usually do. And it's, of course, gorgeous. You have kind of your very almost Castlevania old gargoyles art style. He looks like he's in his stone form there. Really cool, pops right out. The side gives you kind of a profile shot of Goliath and his face. On the back, you have kind of your usual, big, nice photos showing you everything he has, a list of all of his hands and accessories he's going to come with, as well as your description of the character and of the franchise. All pretty in line with the NECA brand. It's very good. And when you get it open, you can see just how big he's going to be. He's got that giant tail. He's got those huge wide wings. It's a beast, really. I mean, it's huge. It's awesome. It's great. I'm super excited for this and excited to see what else they have in it. But let's get them unboxed. All right, and then just real quick, as you can see, it's so huge that the wings get its own little plastic bubble, and so does the rest of them. It's something to see, something to be careful with. I have no idea where this thing's going to go on my shelf. I might need a whole new shelf just for Goliath. All right, let's pop the rest of him out then. All right, and then once we've got him out of the box, you can see he's massive. He's detailed. I mean, this paint job alone really makes everything on his muscles and face pop. I almost don't even want to move it from this frame right now so that you can all kind of just bask in its awesomeness. I mean, some of the way it looks, I mean, when you compare it to even like how the NECA Toon Turtles have that very specific type of sculpt and mold and paint job to make it look animated, this it kind of almost goes beyond that. It feels like I'm looking at like almost a matte painting in this. It looks incredible. You can see kind of he's got these giant feet. They're going to make him really easy to stand, which I always appreciate. And he's not even together yet, but before we assemble him fully, you've got kind of his basic face that you can see here. His second one, which is very spooky, and these beautiful long locks of hair for him to have. It is really probably one of the coolest alternative heads I've seen in a while. It's pretty freaky. NECA, of course, has a very long line of some dope horror stuff. You have his alternate hands. They're just kind of closed fists. You can see there, and even more up close, you can kind of get into just how good that purple paint job looks and how even like veiny his hands are. It's almost unnecessarily detailed when you really get in there. Look at that. That's almost, it's veinier than my hand. That is awesome. He comes with his book, his nice little tome. I don't think there's anything actually in there worth reading. Another open hand. And then, of course, his jalapeno pepper. For those who don't know, there's a episode with a great ending where he tries a jalapeno and exclaims it only as epically and boastfully as he can. And from then on, the show used a jalapeno in place of a 4-letter curse word. And of course, we've already talked about the wings, which I'm about to attach to him, but you need almost even more space to just fully see how big they are. And then let's piece them together here. Oh, before I do that, he also has his very long tail. It's got not quite, it's very bendy, which I think is very awesome. Because at first in the box, it looked like it was just gonna be straight plastic, but this is clearly has like a wire in it that's gonna be really nice. Because otherwise, you know, he's just enormous. And then here we go, fully assembled Goliath. I had to move the camera back and tilt it up just to get him fully in the frame. He's standing at about 7 inches tall. That wingspan is even bigger. It's like a full foot wingspan almost, which is insane. It's like I said, I don't even know where I'm going to put him, but we'll get there. I'll show you guys that because I think that's going to be a fascinating thing to see. We kind of get into his articulation. It's like I said, he's got these giant feet. Like I said, he's got these giant feet that kind of go right there. Really easy to move him around. Very posable there. It's almost hard to even show you guys everything in there. But you know, his feet kind of have these double ones right at the toes, which is awesome. Gives him a lot of balance, making him very posable, making him very fierce. And you can get into a lot of different things. Pretty standard stuff at the arms and hands. And the elbow joints and shoulders. The wings, and then this, like I said, the bendy tail, but the wings here are kind of hidden right between his hair, and they really pop in well. So it gives you a full, huge range. They pop in. I mean, it is easily one of the best figures of the year, I would say. All in all, it's great. I'm excited to see what else they do in this line. There's, of course, a huge cast of characters and villains they can do, a lot of deep cut episodes they could do. And you can even just do stone gargoyle variants of everybody, and I would be happy. But, you know, hopefully this is the start of something awesome. We do have some kind of paint sheddings there, but I think it's fine. And then let's see where this guy's gonna fit. And then here you kind of get a look at all of my shelves that I have up right now, all 4 of them. We're gonna see where he fits in. I can't even get him on that top shelf with the Power Rangers. I could maybe wedge him into the Turtles, but no. Spider-Man, no. Here's kind of the other NECA stuff. Maybe he would go with the horror. Let's see if we can bend his tail a bit, get him there. He fits in right at the top. It, you know, blocks out everyone. I love this. I mean, I just can't, because, you know, I also try to kind of keep my properties together. Not a chance on the Amiibo shelf. So there's not really anywhere else he fits. Maybe just with NECA, maybe like a 90s type theme, or he could just perch up at top by himself in all of his glory. That might be the way to do it. I mean, it might be the only way to do it. I mean, he looks dope up there, but so that's it. I know you guys got a kind of a quick look there at my collection in my space. So there, I'll figure it out. And guys, that is the Goliath figure. This has been another unboxing video on the How Do You Figure channel. Of course, stay with us for more as we get more toys and more figures and more everything. And of course, we have the weekly podcast once that is back up and running, where we have guests every week talking about their toys and lines and all of that good stuff. So keep it here with us.